Cheers, my friends. It is Friday. I have to put my glass down. Okay, I'm back. So, just got out of work not too long ago, which is why my face is done. As you can see, my oily skin is breaking through my foundation, which is fantastic. Sarcasm, because I hate that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do my devilish look. I saw Desi Perkins do the Smurf demon, as what she likes to call it, and I'm in love. It is so pretty. So I'm actually gonna try and do the gaping holes in my face. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna kind of get a beauty blender and tap out all like the excess oil that's on my skin right here and right here and right here and right here and just all around. Gonna do that and let's get to it. As I just mentioned, I'm gonna go in with a dry beauty blender and try and tap out all that oil that's built up throughout the day. And then I'm gonna go in with my Studio Fix foundation powder by MAC in the color NC40, and this is basically going to help dry out all that moisture that's collected in my cheek area, my nose, my forehead, and my chin, and just kind of buff it all out. Epic hair flip. And yeah, don't forget your neck, because that collects sweat too. So now I'm gonna do a smoky eyeshadow wing over my liquid eyeliner. I'm gonna go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette, pick up that color Shax, which is the black in the middle, and mix it with Lucius, which is that brick red, to kind of smoke it out and just kind of blend it in over my current wing liner. Now with this process, I'm just kind of mapping it out where I want the wing to go, and I'm just gonna use a back and forth motion with a crease brush. Just kind of go in smoothly, no harsh lines, not too harsh either on the brush, just softly put that color in there. So now I'm going to go in with a clean brush and just buff out all the harsh lines that I might have on my crease and kind of clean up any imperfections I have and just blend all that out. Now I'm going in with a small flat brush and I'm going to pick up my NARS Radiant Concealer in the color Medium 1 Custard, and I'm gonna go in and just basically clean up my underbrow area and just clean up the lid and kind of wing out that shadow that I previously put there to just make it more dramatic. Now I'm picking up a brush, just a regular fluffy brush that has residue from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette in the color Saffron from my last video. And I'm just going to go over the line that I made and just darken it up a little bit, make it a little more red, and smoke it out. Now I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D concealer brush in number 40, I believe. And I'm just going to go over where I put the concealer previously and smooth it all out. Now with another fluffy brush, I actually picked up Saffron again from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I'm going to go over one more time. And here we go. This is the famous palette, the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. And once again, I'm going into the famous color Saffron just to smoke out my bottom eyelid and complete the eye look. One more time. I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush with the saffron residue and go over every single thing I did before this moment and just blend it out. Oh, there's a hair. So now I'm gonna use this white grease makeup paint in the color Blanc with an eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to use this actually to map out the holes on my face that I mentioned before. Doing a little prayer because I've never done this before and it was really nerve-wracking to actually complete this look. It was my first time ever doing something like this, so yeah. I'm going to use that to map out the holes on my face. I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to go for. I just kind of winged it and made random holes on my face. So you're going to see at one point I kind of erase an outline that I did and I redid it. And basically it's just trial and error for this specific point in the look. My main inspiration was from Desi Perkins because she just recently did this in one of her videos for her demon look, but I also grabbed inspiration from Balor, which is a WWE wrestler. His gimmick is actually a demon, so I figured if I can morph both demon looks into one, it would be this one. So I hope I don't mess up and make this look stupid, but again, it's my first time ever doing this and I was super nervous, but I don't think I did a bad job. I think for first attempt it wasn't that bad, so bear with me. I'm going to go back into the Shade and Light Eye Palette by Kat Von D, and I'm going to use the gray tone in the color Lazarus with a dome brush, which is all like a fluffy brush but more defined, and I'm going to go in with a light hand to basically fill in those holes that I just made on my face. Now I'm going to go in with a flat brush back into that Shaq's color. Oh, almost dropped it there. Go back in with the black, which is Shaq's. And this is basically to create the dimension behind that gray tone. And it's gonna just make those holes kind of pop a little bit more. Now I'm going to pick up the Trick and Treat Cream Concealer by Hey Honey in the color Natural Tone for Normal to Dry. I'm going to pick it up with the same brush that I used to apply the shadow under my lower lash line. And I'm going to go in, after I do this hair flip, I'm going to go in and basically carve out the edges of those holes just to clean them up a little bit, because putting powder foundation over your putting powder eyeshadow over your foundation, that's what I meant to say, can be messy sometimes because of the oil residue. It just kind of slip and slides and it just gets messy and it kind of doesn't stay in place. So with the concealer, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit and also kind of highlight in between each hole to show that separation. Picking back up the Huda Beauty palette and going back into the color Saffron, and I'm going to tap out the excess and just kind of go over the concealer and blend it out, and also give that area more depth. Now I'm going to go in with a blush brush into Saffron and just basically cover up any areas that I might have missed with the smaller brush and blend it all out. Again, if you choose to do this with paint, which I would suggest you do it with paint, it would come out 10 times better, but because I didn't get time to do that, gotta work with what you got. Now, to save some time, I thought this would be a good idea with the Burt's Bees color lip balm and a Q-tip, but I learned the hard way that that doesn't work. So you will see me fail in a little bit. I wanted to basically darken up the saffron that I had put already on my face, but as you can see, the Q-tip is not really moving that lip balm anywhere, and it's kind of taking off the eyeshadow. So I switch it up and I grab a eyeliner brush and trace over one more time the holes to brighten it up and make it look more red and not washed out. Although saffron did help a little bit, I just wanted it to be more vibrant, so that's why I went in with the lip balm. With a bigger fluffy brush, I'm gonna rub it all over the lip balm, and I'm gonna use this technique to essentially cover my ears and my neck area. Well, my neck area that you can see with my t-shirt on. With the same brush that had the residue from the lip balm, I'm going to dip into the pan of the crease white makeup and basically tap it out on my forehead where I would put the bronzer for a contour, because I wanted to make my forehead red but not as red as my neck. So I'm going to use a bigger brush and diffuse out that white. Now I'm going to go into the Soiree Diaries palette by Per, and I'm going to pick up the color Snazzy, which is a dark brown, and I'm going to use this to basically carve out my temples and my forehead. I wanted to make a dramatic look and give that good contour, but make the illusion of a more tampered look for my forehead, and just make it look dramatic. Picking back up the same palette, I'm going into the color Epic with a dome brush, and actually I mixed the two, Snazzy and Epic, and I'm gonna go back in and darken up those gaping holes that I previously put on my face. So I magically found this fake blood in an old container that I had a whole bunch of Halloween stuff from previously. And what I'm gonna do is, after I struggle to open it, yeah, long nail problems. Any girl with acrylic nails will totally understand my struggle right now. But yeah, so I'm going to essentially use this blood on the bottom area of my face and basically squeeze out after I, oh, there you go, got it open. Woo! Alright, now I'm gonna squeeze and let that drip and just kind of go around the line. And now I shake my head to basically make it drip faster and get that spilling blood look. And this process is essentially going to enhance that illusion of gaping holes, but also help make it look more dramatic. By the way, this whole dripping and shaking of the head is such a mess. I had to grab a towel real quick after this because this was not working for me. Here comes the towel I just mentioned. As you can see, this has become a mess. Next up, I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D matte liquid lipstick in the color Lolita 2. This honestly came out of nowhere. I didn't really anticipate doing this before recording the video, but I figured, why not? So I'm gonna do a red lip and also extend out the corners of my mouth for a dramatic pointy flare and just give it more of a cartoonish look. I'm also gonna pick up that blood again and drip some more around my mouth and make more of a mess. Now going one more time into the Kat Von D palette for that Shax color. I kind of thought my forehead was a little boring, so I wanted to add more shading to it, honestly, and just amp it up a little bit. Going back in with that Burt's Bees lip balm, I wanted to make the under eye area more dramatic. So I also added in a little more of the shading of the residue from the Soiree Diaries color Epic. And I kind of wanted to make my whole eye socket, I guess, look sunken in and a little deeper, kind of make it more dramatic. And we're back at it again with the big dome brush. I'm just gonna blend all that out, smooth out all the edges, and make it look more blended. Now I'm going to go in and make my eyebrows look a little more dramatic and wolfed out, essentially. I'm using the Dip Brow from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and also the brush is from Anastasia. It is brush number 7B, I believe. And I kind of wanted to flare them up, make them look less organized, I guess. I figured for a demon look, I mean, a demon doesn't really pay attention to his eyebrows, so it's kind of like all over the place. So that's what I was kind of thinking, and I was kind of thinking more of like werewolf vibes, just flaring them up and making them stand and making it look a little crazy. That's the look I was going for this. Using that white crease paint, I'm going to use a Q-tip and just basically clean under my eyebrow and highlight that area. Going back in with the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, I picked up the color Turkish Delight, and I'm just going to use that as my highlight essentially because it has red undertones, and I really didn't want to brighten up my face that much because this is a darker look. So I just kind of used that in the corners of my eye, on my cheeks, and down my nose. Once again, blend, blend, blend. Blend that all out. Going in with an eyeliner brush, I'm going to use that Lolita 2 in the Kat Von D Liquid Matte Lip Gloss. And basically, the smoked out liner that I did before with the eyeshadow is gone, as you can see. So of course I had to redo it, and I felt like the liquid lip might work better just because it worked for me before my last video for my killer clown look. I just felt like this was the best way to complete the look like I wanted to. I'm going to go in with a Q-tip now and clean up those edges and flare out that wing like it's nobody's business. Last but not least, I'm going to fix my hair. So, because I have the headband with the horns, I kind of wanted to discreetly hide the headband essentially, but I didn't know how to, so I kind of just threw my hair over the horns and kind of tried to tuck them away. Obviously at one point I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And yeah, so you'll see me try to hide them, but I found a way that I think worked best, which was to grab a piece of hair in the front and kind of tuck it behind the headband so that way it wraps around, and tuck behind my ears as well. And I used the technique for both sides. So this completes now my she-devil, devil-demon look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and come back soon.
Are you ready to play?